Hi, this is Alex. I love fishing and I love cooking as well. So today we are going to look at how to bake very quickly a fresh caught trout. So say you were a trout fisherman and you picked one of those up, which we did. My daughter is filming. Mia, we picked this trout up. Was it Sunday? Like yesterday.
Yeah.
And so I put some spice on it, cleaned it, put some spice on it, kept it in the fridge overnight. Now we're gonna cook it for dinner. So what you need for this trout recipe, which is amazing, is butter. I prefer this grass-fed, yeah. Onions, green onions, some parsley, or really any other greens would pretty much work. And then we're also gonna try mushrooms. So we're gonna cut this all up. We're gonna stuff the trout, and I'm gonna show you a few tricks. We're also gonna go pick a lemon. So let's get started. Okay, let's chop up some of these ingredients. You know, pretty simple. I'm not a expert chef in any way, but you don't need to be. It's just simple chopping things up. Not too fine, a little coarser, and just so the idea is the juices from the fish and butter will sort of flow into the inside stuffing, which is in our case just mostly greens. And just kind of coarsely chop the parsley, mix them all up, and then we're gonna cut up the mushrooms into these kind of a thinner slices, and that will give us the stuffing we need. And it will also give a little bit of a side dish, a little appetizer as you are sharing the fish throughout the table. So this is our stuffing. Let's go pick the lemon. We're lucky enough to have a lemon tree in our backyard. So let's get a fresh lemon, because that's a key ingredient in this trout. It's very important. And we're going to pick a fresh one right from the tree. Let's see, something that's ripe and pretty, like so. Okay, with the lemon, what we need to do is actually slice it very thinly. As with other stuffing, we kind of do coarse, and it's fine, but with lemon, I really like a thin, almost like a see-through pieces, because you remove any chance of having a bone inside, which is kind of a nasty surprise, but also it kind of bakes better, and it tastes better when a thinner lemon rings. And so what we'll do is we'll put them inside as well as on the outside of the fish. So let's cut maybe you don't want to overdo the lemon too, so just a couple more, and that should be enough. So so say 5-6 slices. Maybe we'll do another half slice. Okay, so we're gonna put all the ingredients, the stuffing, into a bowl. Sort of kind of mix it up a little bit. I also would want to add some maybe salt and pepper or whatever spice you choose. So we'll do that. So here's the trick that I promised you on the trout. Not many people do that, and it's excellent. I like to use a Rapala knife for this particular trick, but any knife would do. What you want to do is score the side of the trout that goes up in the oven, like so. Just kind of carefully cut 2 until you feel the bone, but maybe a little bit less. It doesn't need to be too invasive, but so maybe 3, scored maybe 4 times. And what it does, it allows the lemon and butter to penetrate better into the fish and gives it a totally awesome flavor profile. Okay, we're gonna add, as I mentioned, we're gonna add a little bit of garlic salt. Not too much, just to sprinkle into our inside, what goes inside of the trout. And now let me show you how to slice up butter and where to put it, and how to sort of position it on the fish. But first, let's go get ourselves a baking plate. Now we have your normal regular baking sheet, not the special, lined with foil, and I like to spray a little bit of oil on it so it doesn't stick to the trout. Now take the majestic trout and lay it on that cooking sheet like so. And the next thing we're going to do is lay out, first of all, we're gonna introduce the stuffing. So let's talk about that. So we just had a great idea delivered to us by this little angel, Leah. Say hi.
Hi.
Her idea was to, Dad, there's no garlic in here. And so we're going to squeeze some garlic in here. Now, if you don't have the little squeezy thingy, don't know what it's called, you could just chop it finely and put it into...
it's for garlic.
Yes, and put it into the mushrooms and the rest of the things, parsley and stuff that goes inside the trout as it bakes. But we do really like garlic as a family, right?
How about you just squeezing the salmon some lemon?
No, we're not going to squeeze the lemon, but I like the idea. Now, licking that lemon, all right then, maybe we can use it for something else. Okay, it's time to put our stuffing into the trout. So let's do that. Now, the scored side is up, right? So that's what we scored with our fillet knife. Now we're just going to introduce the stuffing, and you know, it's a simple process. Getting inside the head as well. It's got some nice fats as well that will kind of flow into our stuffing. Now, you've stuffed a turkey before, but I bet you have not stuffed a trout. And so now you will have an idea on how to do that. Now that we have the stuffing in the trout, next is let's slice some butter. And I'm going to show you how to place it on top, which is nothing really fancy there. And also put some lemon. So let's do our butter slices. Now the butter is
on the fish.
A little warmer than I like. So the piece is a little bit thicker than I like. And by the way, this is another trick. So we're just going to put 2 pieces, and that's enough. It's going to flow right into the scored side of the trout and into the stuffing as well. Next thing is we're going to top it off with some lemon. Just like so. And remember, those are very thin slices, so we're not really juicing it down with all that lemon.
Bye-bye.
So this trout is ready to go. Now, one thing I want to tell you, this is a trick that a lot of people don't know, is you want to bring your trout or even any kind of meat into a room temperature before you grill it or put it in the oven. And by the way, we're baking it today at 425. The oven is getting heat up, so let's wait for that to be at temperature, and we'll put it in. As the oven is heating up, I'm going to tell you one more trick. So 3 tricks today. The first trick was to scoring the trout and putting its scored side up. The second trick was bringing it to room temperature. The third trick I use a lot is I actually put a temperature probe inside the trout to reach that perfect readiness temperature. And in this case of the trout, it's 145 degrees. Now you can cook it to whatever temperature you want to cook to, make sure it's cooked through. But we like it at the recommended 145. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to insert one of these probes into the spine of the fish, put it in the oven, and even though it's not a grill, like a lot of people use these probes for grills, and that's fine, I use it a lot for grilling too, but it can also be used for the oven. So let me just show you kind of how to insert that. You want to insert that into right next to the spine, so it's in the thickest part of the fish. So we're just going to put it through one of the cuts and right into the spine like so. Don't need to put it all the way in. So now we're going to plug in this Enzu. I'm still not too sure about this particular one. I've had a really nice grill thermometer in the past that I don't know, I lost it, I left it somewhere. It's very sad. I really loved it. This one is the replacement I picked up. It's okay. So right now it's showing us a 59 degrees. So it's almost at room temperature, which is good, and it's almost ready for the oven. So we're going to set this up for 145, put it in the oven, and we'll see you on the other side. Okay, the oven is at 425. This is the insertion process. It's time to put our beautiful trout, the trout, into the oven. So I have my little thermometer. Now, you want to probably time it for about 11 minutes if you don't have the cooking thingy. But I'd say 11, 12 minutes, but we're going to get a little bit more precise with this temperature control. And now it's in the oven.
If you're looking, you ain't cooking.
Well, through the magic of time, 145 degrees has been reached, and that's, nice little remote transmitter. So let's go take it out of the oven. This thing can be shut down. So it's quickly gaining in temperature. We don't want to do that. We don't want to overcook it. So Let's
Ooh.
get a bit.
It's popping out.
the
Oh my
oven.
gosh, it's popping.
Yeah, that's why you do those rips.
Oh.
Okay. Take it out. We're gonna keep the oven on because we're gonna put some pork chops in there, but that's besides the point. We're going to take this little trout and just set it on the counter and let it rest for a bit. We'll see you when it's time to serve and show you the plate and maybe tell you how it tastes, if it tastes good. Okay, it's meal time. It's delicious. So this pink meat, it's flaky. You gotta know, cook it to perfection. Now you wanna cook it as much as you wanna cook it to your taste. But I'm gonna tell you, this fish is melting in your mouth. And then the mushroom and the garlic, parsley inside blend really well with these fried potatoes. And fantastic flavor profile. It's a party.